Hey guys, today we're going to be making a flower dish trinket, and this is a quick, simple tutorial and beginner friendly, so I'm going to be showing you how to make this. So the materials you will need is any type yarn you would want for the center of your flower. Probably you should have the same weight, but since I don't have a light colored yarn in weight 4, which is the color of my outside, I'm just going to be using a smaller hook for the center. And you'll also need whatever sized hook you need for your specific type of yarn. Since I have two types of yarn, I'm going to be using two different sizes of crochet hooks, 4mm and 5mm. You'll also need a darning needle to sew in the end, and preferably a stitch marker. If you don't have any stitch markers, a bobby pin would work as well. Some scissors for cutting off the ends, and whatever type yarn you want for the outside of your trinket dish. I have this humongous little monster, so it's gray, but I'm just gonna keep it out of the frame. Yeah, so let's get started. So starting to make the middle of our flower, I'm gonna be using a 4mm crochet hook, a stitch marker, and my middle yarn. So first we're gonna make a magic circle. So take 2 fingers, place your yarn right there, hold it in place, and wrap it out once and twice. And make sure to move it slightly to the left or right to make an X right here. And then take your crochet hook, slip it under the first right side of the X, then hook your hook over the second X, and then pull through and twist just like that. And to secure your magic ring, just chain 1. So take your yarn over and pull through just to make a simple chain. And when you're inserting stitches into your magic circle, make sure to do both of these strands. So when you're inserting it, make sure to pull it around both of these strands. So for our first strand, we're going to insert 6 single crochets into the magic circle. To insert stitches into our magic circle, just hold your magic circle in place, insert your hook into your magic circle, making sure to slip underneath both of these strands, yarn over, pull through, and then when you have 2 rings on your hook, yarn over and pull through to create a single crochet. And just repeat that 5 more times for a total of 6 stitches in your magic circle. After you've completed 6 stitches in your magic ring, just take the loose strand at the end of your magic circle and pull it, and that should close up your magic circle. So we're done with round 1, and for round 2 we're going to add 2 single crochets into the same stitch all the way around. So because my yarn is a little thin, and so I need to really dig and find for my first stitch. So enter your hook into the first stitch of your magic ring, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, and you have your first single crochet. This would be a good time to put in your stitch marker to keep track of your first stitch in every round. After you made your first single crochet, enter your hook into the same stitch. So stick it right in there, yarn over, pull through, and make your single crochet. And then you have 2 single crochets. You have 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So just repeat that all the way around. I'm going to do one more with you, and we'll meet back for round 3. Enter your hook into the second stitch. Make a single crochet. Then you see how we made that single crochet right there. We're going to stick our hook in there again, yarn over, and make another single crochet. So keep repeating until you meet your stitch marker, and I'll meet you there. After you've added 2 single crochets in every stitch all the way around, now we're going to move on to round 3. So remove your stitch marker from the first stitch. So for round 3, we're going to single crochet and then add 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So we're going to insert our hook into our first stitch, make a single crochet, make sure to add your stitch marker, and then we're going to add 2, we're going to move on to the next stitch. We're not going to add another one in the first stitch that we did. We're going to add 2 into our next one. So insert our hook into our second stitch of the round, and then single crochet, and insert our hook into the same stitch, and another single crochet. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. And we're just going to repeat that pattern all the way around, single crochet, 2 single crochets. I'm going to do one more with you and just repeat that pattern around, and I'll meet you at the end. Insert your hook into the next stitch, single crochet, then add 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Keep repeating the pattern around, and I will meet you at the end. So for round 4, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So 2 single crochets at first in 2 different stitches, and then 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So I just removed my stitch marker. We're going to insert our hook into our first stitch, 1 single crochet, then insert our hook into our next stitch, and 1 single crochet. And then for our third stitch that we enter into, we're going to do 2 single crochets in that same third stitch. So enter our hook into our third stitch, single crochet, and another single crochet. So that is going to be our pattern all the way around. Make sure to add your stitch marker, unlike I did. And just continue this pattern all the way around. So for round 5, we're going to single crochet 3 and then 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and we're going to repeat that around. So remove your stitch marker, single crochet 1, add your stitch marker, then in our second stitch, single crochet 1, and for our third stitch, also single crochet 1. For our fourth stitch that we go into, however, single crochet 2 into the same stitch. 1, 2. And so we're just going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So for round 6, we are going to do the same thing, except just adding one more stitch at the beginning. So we're going to single crochet 4 and then single crochet 2 into the same stitch. So remove your stitch marker. We're going to insert our hook, single crochet 1, add your stitch marker, second single crochet, third single crochet, fourth single crochet, and in our fifth stitch, we're going to single crochet 2, and so we're just going to repeat this pattern all the way around. So after you've completed that round, we are now going to switch yarns. So how you do that is you create a slip knot with your other yarn. To do that, make a little X with your yarn, then insert 2 fingers, grab onto the yarn that connects to the ball of your yarn, and then pull through. And since I have a different weight yarn, I have to switch out the hook, but if you have the same weight yarn, you don't have to do that. And just insert your hook into that slip knot, tighten it, and just pull it through the loop, just like that. And to tighten, just grab your other typed yarn and just pull tight, cut it off. So for round number 7, you are just going to half double crochet all the way around. So remove your stitch marker. So to do half double crochet, you first yarn over, and then you insert your hook into your stitch, next stitch, then you yarn over again, pull through, and you should have 3 loops on your hook instead of 2. Yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. I'm going to do 2 more half double crochets with you and just repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you there. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over again, pull through, and then yarn over one last time and pull through all 3 loops, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. and just continue doing half double crochets all the way around. Once you've completed that round, we are going to move on to round 8. And for round 8, just chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch into the same stitch that you did your last half double crochet. So it would be right here. Insert your hook into there and yarn over, pull through. And a slip stitch is basically a single crochet without yarning over when pulling through. So just take your new loop and pull through, just like that. And that's your first slip stitch. Take your stitch marker and insert it into that slip stitch. And we are not going to continue that chain 1 and slip stitch throughout the circle, throughout the round. That's just for ending or beginning the next round. So this is the part that you are going to repeat. Insert your hook into the next stitch and make a single crochet. Then I'm going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. And then you're going to do 5 double crochets into the same stitch. So a double crochet is basically the same thing as a half double crochet, except the ending is a little different. So yarn over, insert your hook, and yarn over again, just like you would with a half double crochet. So you have 3 loops on your hook. And then you're going to yarn over, but you're only going to pull through 2 of the loops. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through the rest. And so that's a double crochet. And so we're just going to insert 5 double crochets into the same stitch. So again, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the other 2. So you're just going to insert 5. I'm just going to speed through these a little. After you put 5 double crochets into the same stitch, you're going to do a half double crochet. Make sure you insert it into the correct stitch, which is going to be this one right here, because sometimes the stitch gets hidden by all of these double crochets. So you're just going to insert a half double crochet, and then a single crochet, and then a slip stitch. So again, a slip stitch is just a single crochet without yarning over and just pulling through. Okay, and then you're going to repeat the pattern again. So single crochet, half double crochet, 5 double crochets, half double crochet, single crochet, and then another slip stitch, and just repeat it again. So I'll meet you back when you finished. So you are going to chain 1, remove your stitch marker, and slip stitch into that first slip stitch. And then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. Do a single crochet, and then you're going to half double crochet 3. So 1, 2, and 3 half double crochets, and then you're going to do 3 half double crochets into the next stitch. So, and that should be at like the top of your petal. So 1, 2, and 3 half double crochets into the same stitch, and then you're going to half double crochet another 3, single crochet, and then slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet, and then you are going to slip stitch. So insert your hook and do a slip stitch. And so you're going to repeat that all the way around. For round 10, we are going to chain 1.
Remove your slip stitch marker and skip the middle stitch and just slip stitch into
whatever stitch your stitch marker was on. And so then we will put the stitch marker on the slip stitch again. Single crochet 2, so insert your hook, single crochet 1 and 2, and then we're going to do a half double crochet, And then we're going to do 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Then you're going to half double crochet. Do 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Half double crochet. And then 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. And then you're going to do another half double crochet. I'm going to do a single crochet. And then another single crochet, so 2 single crochets. Then you're going to add a slip stitch. And you're just going to repeat this pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you there. After you've completed that round, you should have one stitch left. Like the previous round too. No need to worry. You could either slip stitch into that stitch or just chain one and slip stitch into your stitch marker. Either one works. But for me personally, I like doing the chain one and slip stitching into that stitch marker. So for rounds 11, 12, 13, or however tall you want your trinket dish to be, you just single crochet all the way around. So you would chain one so it doesn't bend, and then you would just single crochet all the way around. So your first single crochet would probably be in the same stitch. But either one works. You could either do it in the same stitch or the next. It really doesn't matter. Just single crocheting all the way around just to give it that height. Because if you don't single crochet, it will just lay flat. And single crocheting will just build the height on the trinket dish. And right now it looks a bit bendy. Mostly because you haven't blocked it. This is after you blocked it, and it really holds the shape very well, especially the little curves if you add T-pins to it and just stick it in that way. So it doesn't look perfect right now, but after you block it, and I will have a video coming up on how you block things, it will look a lot significantly better. So just single crocheting all the way around. How many rounds you want to do is your choice. I personally did 2, I think. This one I might make it a little higher or lower, I'm not quite sure yet, but just single crochet all the way around, and you'll slowly start to see the edge start to form. So I'll meet you back when I've finished single crocheting all the way around. After I've done 2 rows of single crochets, and I'm going to just add a slip stitch at the end to create a more natural finish. So I'm going to chain one, and that chain one basically creates a knot when you cut it off and fasten it off. So you don't have to create an external knot, and just cut it off and pull tight, and you have a knot. Ta-da! And it's a little funky, but I promise it'll be looking like this in no time once you block it. And blocking is basically wetting it and putting it on a foam thing and just adding pins so it either stretches out and you can make it curve to how you want it. And yeah, so yeah, that's a tutorial on how to make the flower trinket dish. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more crochet tutorials, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell. Comment down below what other tutorials you would like me to make, and thank you for watching. Bye bye. Except I keep messing up. Well, I'm actually going to not be nice today.